Hello, 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 and welcome to Oracle Priestess Noemi, Bear of Victory's channel. And for those of you who already know me, what's up? Teaching Tuesday, episode number 2. We'll see how far we can go with Teaching Tuesday. As long as I'm called to do it, I will continue to do it. And today will be a little bit more formal. We'll be talking about light workers, since the past Teaching Tuesday spoke a little bit about that in the energy. And so let us just get started here. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen so we can, let me make sure it's yeah, here we go. All right. So what are some of the characteristics of light humans, light workers? Which do you resonate with? I hope you stay till the end. I will be pulling on the energy of light workers, and some of your missions will come out, some things that you need to know. And do not take for granted your way of looking at things, your perception. Using light humans, you're using the word light workers. You could just be considered a kind person. That's your life's message. That's who you are. So, take what resonates, share the rest. Let's see what characteristics you may resonate with. Even if you don't resonate with all of these, doesn't mean that you're not a light worker, you're not a good human, that you're not kind, that you're just not meant for something bigger. But it's nice to know. And if you've been wondering, and since I'm here to be obedient and serve, that's what I'll do. So we have number one, very early in their lives, they feel different. So if you've ever felt different, especially when you were little, in school, around other people, maybe seen as weird, they often feel isolated from others, alone and misunderstood, and will have to find their own way in life. I know that that is a way that I felt when I was young. I didn't have too many friends unless I, put on several masks, and it was a good thing, for a good experience, as once you realize you're different, it's not because it's a bad thing to put on a mask. You must learn the way of the world as a chameleon, okay? Number two, they find it difficult to feel comfortable in workplaces or traditional organizational structures. You're not a rebel. You're not trying to go against the grain, but there's something in you that doesn't fit with 9 to 5, or feeling constricted or feeling restricted, because there's a mission that you know deep down inside that you must go after. And so while you're actually helping someone else's agenda, you're actually are feeling like, well, their agenda doesn't completely align. It doesn't completely fit. Beings of light are inherently anti-authoritarian, meaning that they naturally resist decisions or values based solely on power or hierarchy. This trait of their character is there even if they seem shy. So it's not like you're a rebel. You're not trying to, like I said, go against the grain. You're not this aggressive person that's like, I don't want to follow the rules. It's more like, you know better. You just can't put your finger on it. You know that there's a better way. And that usually includes the essence of your mission on earth. Okay. Beings of light are attracted to help people, either as therapists, teachers, they can be psychologists, healers, guides, volunteers, etc. This came out in the last reading that I was picking up. Teachers, beauty, people in the beauty business, lawyers, doctors. Although some light workers, let me put my thing here. Although some professions are not directly relating to helping people, the intention to contribute to the greater well being of humanity is clear. So there's this bigger pull, there's this menace of mankind where the self is pulling you. And even in lieu of what your friends are saying, you don't really feel angst or hate towards enemies, people that have done you wrong. there's like this really need for social order, but more of the social order of humanity, of healing, of things being done in a different way. The outlook on life is skewed by a spiritual sense of how all things are connected. So you could be that person that people think that you're a conspiracy theorist. Oftentimes I'm met with that. It's like, I just don't understand. Like, it's just a cup of water. Um, because I usually will be like, well, is that water? It's kind of like the difference between you saying that the glass is half empty versus the glass is half full. It's the connectiveness of everything. Um, you ran into a certain person, and then you start seeing certain numbers and synchronicities, and you're like, you're pondering the bigger picture, the vision consciously or unconsciously, because sometimes you do it in your dreams, or sometimes you do it during prayer or meditation, or you do it without even knowing. For a long time, me being a senior paralegal, I didn't realize that I was actually unconsciously always connecting things. And I was helping people connect those things and had no idea. I just thought, yeah, just maybe I'm just a people person. It was really weird because I'm a very shy person, um, more introspective, and so I just never realized it. They carry memories into otherworldly spheres of light, and at times they may feel nostalgic for these cosmic spheres and feel like strangers on Earth. And sometimes this is when you get to a certain point in your life, in your journey, different phases call for different ways of feeling and being, but also it's experience and surrendering. Ascension, soul shifts, things shift. We're changing from the inside and out, letting go of fears, opening your heart to balance your physical and spiritual aspects of self. And so you often feel like you may be the only one doing that. But this is not true. There is many of you in many ways. And don't listen to the hype about specific chosen ones, because anything that has information for dividing is probably not the best information. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's just not the best information. They revere and deeply respect life, which often manifests itself in a fondness for animals and a concern for the environment. Honestly, I used to not like to have pets. I was totally against it. I was like, no, I don't like the hair. I don't like the smell. I don't like any of that stuff. And I was not really concerned about the environment. I was like, I mean, the earth's been here for a very long time. So, like, what's the big deal? It was a certain point in my journey where, and especially I look at, I have four boys that I've said this before, but I feel like they've taught me to be more conscious of these kinds of things. And my youngest son loves animals, and I became an animal lover through watching him, through watching them, through really understanding the connection that we have to Mother Earth. And especially when I go outside barefoot and I really can close my eyes and just imagine and just feel the sun. It's this other feeling of acceptance, of knowing that you're a part of something bigger. So the destruction of a part of that animal, plant, earth by human action creates a feeling of deep feelings of loss and grief. It's not to the point where you can't really live your life, because, we should have a balance, because we're still here to create an essence and create a balance for others. We can bring them to the light, but we also can be grounded by others that see things more practically and logically than us. So we're no better. It's just we bring that balance, and understanding the deep connection we have to the earth, to animals, to plants, and how it nourishes us. A plant is out there for so many different reasons. There's medicinal, there's oxygen, all of them having all their own intricate way of functioning just for our existence. Okay. They are kind, sensitive, empathetic. They may feel uncomfortable with aggressive behavior. I know that I used to love watching action movies, and I still do, but like I often close my eyes if there's something gory. And I was in the medical field at one point. I didn't care about gory stuff. Like I am that person who watches when there's a needle being stuck in me. I want to see it. I want to see the blood flow. I'm still like that, but aggressive behavior makes me feel um, sort of out of place. I feel uncomfortable. I feel annoyed. And I used to have very aggressive behavior um, during the time of my toxic phase of my journey, I call it. But that's normal. People grow out of that, and you end up looking at and understanding that sometimes the times that you were upset or you were angry or hurt, you may have been taking on other people's feelings. That's where we get the empathy from. Okay. So a lot of you could be empaths as well. And if you're a light worker, you may not just be a light worker. You can be an empath. You can have psychic abilities, the intuitive, whatever it is that you want to call it, whatever you identify with, because it's all about you and your co-creation with the Most High God in your mission. Sometimes they may be clueless, naive, or deeply idealistic. That describes me. Um, Easily pick up on the feelings and moods, negative or positive, of others around them. Just like I was saying, they need moments of solitude to find themselves and Mother Earth always in harmony with the universal consciousness of God, right? Co-creation with the Most High God. You have lived many lifetimes on earth. Some of you may know this already. Some of you may still kind of wrestle with the fact that you're not sure if you believe in reincarnation. And some of you are absolutely positively sure. You may even know about your past lives. And some of you may not get there this lifetime. There may be something that um, uh, holds you back from believing it, or it's just not, that's not your mission. Okay. And you don't have to fit with all of these. They were present in a large number of ancient religious orders from your past, such as monks, nuns, hermits, mediums, shamans, priests, etc. They were the ones who changed the visible and the invisible between the everyday context of terrestrial and extraterrestrial life, connecting the spiritual levels and the realm of the God of the universe, the most high God of the universe. It's the interconnection, it's the understanding where you fit even when you don't feel like you do. It's the accepting of the unknown. It's looking forth to understanding that there is a greater cause, greater than you, a greater mission. You're just one tiny little particle of that. But it's also accepting and surrendering to that you do matter. And whatever it is that you bring, even if you feel flawed or you feel that you haven't healed enough, we will never, ever stop healing. That is um, the actual kind of like warfare that is always going to happen. Is always you feeling the need to be healed enough to help another person. But what if it's just in the brokenness you heal because of you having that surrender to help another person heal? Now that really changes how things are viewed, how your perspective is different, right? Okay, I don't know if you can see me moving that around, but I'm sorry. It just keeps getting in my way. So, for those of you who are really understanding and really are getting it, I am so glad that you're able to see it from another perspective, and I hope that this helped you. We're going to go ahead and pull on some energy and see what the messages are. I'm going to go ahead and click out of this and try to make this as painless as possible. especially for myself. There we go. Okay, so let's see and go ahead and see what the Most High God, Holy Spirits, Ascended Masters, let's see what it is that is the message for you. I'm so thirsty. So let us see. Angel Michael, please protect me. I channel the energy for Teaching Tuesday. Just give us the messages for the highest good of those watching this video. There's a calmness in the energy. There's an accepting. There's a surrender. There's of you understanding who you are and where you fit. And if you're not there yet, you will be there. So this is hope. This is confirmation, and this is hope. We have one that has just flipped over, but yes. So we have get grounded. Empaths are highly sensitive, connect with nature. So confirmation here. Okay. A lot of you are also, like I said last week, sisterhood and brotherhood. It can be the sisterhood and or brotherhood of the rose. You can look that up and read about it. And then we have wait, postpone, pause, say no. This has a lot to do with being asked for things. So oftentimes light workers may say yes and be ready and willing to help right away. And that's not always in their best interest. So we must move forward with wisdom. We must move forward with knowing, but giving ourselves a chance to connecting, to being grounded, and to understanding that no doesn't really mean no in that moment of answer is no. It can change if you want to change it. Obviously, no means no, but it's saying postpone, pause, say no. So before you make a decision, pause. And if you need to say no, then you say no. Because a delay is not a rejection, but also saying no could be an important part of your journey. And then it says, just say yes. What is this? But okay, breaking ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So say yes to yourself is what I'm getting. And if you see, there's a dark pyramid here, there's thunder, there's lightning. Pause, postpone. Say yes to yourself. Yes to the power of who you are, and make sure that you're putting yourself first. When it comes to that, it's not about being selfish or being in your ego. It's like, you know what? Let me take care of myself first and see if I actually can do this. And then you can move forward on it. And also maybe pray about it, meditate about it. That's what I often try to do at the very least. Okay. So what else do we have? These are messages, these are confirmations. This is whatever it is that you need for this time. Holy Spirit. Visualize a shield of protection. Yes. Make sure that you're protecting yourself from other people's energy, from the negative connotations. And you may be getting no's, but eventually you're going to get a yes. So don't give up. Protect yourself from toxic people, toxic situations. Imagine a shield of white light surrounding your body. This keeps negativity out and less positive energy in. So if you are dealing with these situations, make sure that you're protecting yourself. I actually like to imagine a golden circle around me and then a white light circle around the golden circle. And then I choose one of the rays from the archangels. It could be purple, it can be blue, red. My inner knowing, my intuition tells me exactly what I need to do. However, I've been on this journey for a while, and I've had to learn how to trust, because I didn't even, most of the time, I'd be like, that doesn't, why are you talking to yourself? So sometimes it's like that voice that you think it's like your inner voice, which it is technically your inner voice, but it's your higher self. And yeah, you're not crazy. Okay. Well, I mean, you know, consult a consult a health professional. How weird is that? There's a fly, and there's another one. They just came out of nowhere, and it just like it got on my finger, and now it's flying away. Okay, you may want to look into the spiritual meaning of a fly. You could also have a loved one that is guiding you along the way. A lot of you do have a spiritual team, a guardian angel that you're working with at this time, but you definitely have an ancestor. Okay. And they're helping protect you, but you need to do your parts. Okay. Let's see what the Ascended Masters message is for you for Teaching Tuesday. Trust. Yes. Trust who you're working with, trust your guides, trust the Most High God, trust yourself, trust what you're feeling, trust your inner knowing, follow your heart, liberate yourself. We have freedom here, right? So liberate yourself, trust, follow your heart. Things will, I get the song, ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. And crazy thing is, when I was like 8 years old, I and this is gonna show you how old I am. So I would sneak and watch TV because I grew up in an abusive home and everything was very much controlled. It was hard for me to even watch TV, have a good time. It was only when my parents were high where I could um, do it because they were not really paying too much attention to me. So there's the Michael Jackson and a lot of other artists. They got together and they made this song, and it's not coming to me, but it reminds me of that moment. Like I was sitting in front of the TV and I thought, oh my gosh, um, I am that child. I can't remember what it was. Um, they're telling you to meditate often as well. So let me just look it up. I don't know why it's not coming to me right now. So, but I mean, let's see. We are the worlds. Yes, we are the worlds. So I was sitting in front of the TV and I saw like I was it was we didn't have cable. We just had like 7 channels. It was back in the day when like TVs didn't even have a remote. Okay. So I'm sitting there and this just comes on. There was news on, and then after that came on. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I am the children. I am the world. I can make a difference. And literally, that is when I decided I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to do drugs. I'm going to make my life something else. It was the inner knowing that we were speaking about at the beginning, right? So I was just like, I don't know. There was just something. And even though in my day to day, I didn't have that parental support, I didn't have love, I didn't have attention. I had to do so many things for myself. Even watch my younger sibling, I still felt love. I still felt love. And I know it was from the Most High God. I know that I have been protected for a very long time. And I think they're saying, look, you've been protected. Your mission has been protected. We have protected you. And now is time for you to know what your mission is, to know why you came here, to really know and understand. And some of you could have some trouble, you think you have trouble connecting, but you really don't. Meditating doesn't mean um, that you have to do it for 2.5 hours. You can meditate for 30 seconds on a song. You can take 3 deep breaths, meditate, and say, Most High God, I am here. I am ready to receive. And that's exactly how easy it really is to connect. But protect yourself when you're doing it. And also, you know, Make sure you're grounded. Make sure you're not sad. Make sure if you're sad, pray. If you, once you get grounded after praying, go ahead and meditate, light a candle, get some incense, relax. I always use all four elements when I meditate. Okay, so especially for my protection, but that is something I learned from my own spiritual team and my spirit guides. All right, let us see what the message is, and then we'll go ahead and try to close. So we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction. Yeah, so you feel the strong magnetic attraction to what your mission is. I got a reading today from one of my favorite readers. I do it once in a while. I think the last time I did it was like 7 months ago. And she talked about passion. She talked about love in the form of doing things out of love. And funny thing is, that is something that I have here because when I was in a toxic time in my life, I had to remind myself whether or not I was going to choose love or I would choose fear. And fear is the lowest vibration. I've learned that. So make sure that whatever contracts you have, this is a wedding, it could be a marriage, it could be just letting go of certain ideas. It could be about tradition. It can be about, like I said, a contract, any type of contract, any type of higher commitment. This fell here, so let's see what this is. Attraction to the yes or the no, to the rose, to the sisterhood, to the brotherhood, to the group, to your tribe, to whatever it is you want to call it. There's that attraction. You're being pulled there just like I was pulled there when I was 8 years old, and I am living literally in my purpose. This is just something I do because I was called to do it. And out of obedience, I followed through. I mean, honestly, I didn't even have YouTube as an app, even on my phone, because I never used it because I don't even really like social media. However, I was called, and you can be being called, and there's certain things that could be holding you back, and don't allow it. But also give yourself time to heal from that. Give yourself time to understand where you're at with it, and just let it flow. Because when it's your time, it's going to happen whether you want to or not. So let us see what the message is. Let's see what the message that we're going to close with here. We have three messages for three different storylines here. It's like, okay, we have the Lord is merciful, filled with unfailing love. Psalm 103, 8. Okay, so love, just was talking about love. Okay, so the Lord is merciful. You be merciful too. You forgive yourself. You move on. It's okay. It's whatever it is that you think that you're supposed to be doing, you are exactly where you're supposed to be at this time. So give yourself some time, mercy, and grace, and accept and receive the Lord's mercy. All right, let's see. Timely advice is lovely, like golden apples in a silver basket. 2511. You got nothing but time. You have nothing but time. And we were just talking about that. We were just talking about divine timing and letting things happen as it should. And that is golden. And they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. That's another thing. Like all these synchronicities, love, time. Okay. All right. Let's see. Wants to read this. The path of the righteousness is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. Proverbs 4:18. This has been coming out for me personally and has came out in a couple of the readings and even in some readings that I've done for personals. So wow. So for whoever that confirmation is, there it is again. The Lord is your shepherd. Psalm 23. Wow. I literally just did this because my uncle died and I'm not able to make it to his funeral. And they asked me to put Psalm 23 on the back of I did the memorial cards. I have never done memorial cards and I probably made them too big, but I felt like he was guiding me to make them big because he seemed like I didn't really know him too much, but I just got the sense that he really felt like, like, yeah, I want everybody to have these big pictures of me. Like they're 5 by 7 cards and I didn't realize. But it's Psalms. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you're not meant to see it. But anyways, sorry. But yeah, this Psalms. I don't know if you can see that. But it's Psalms 23. So if any of you have lost anybody, this is also, not really about literal deaths all the time. The Lord is your shepherd. You have guidance. You have a team. Not only the Most High God, but the Most High God has put together a team just for you. So the path of the righteous is like the morning sun. The morning sun, you can count on the morning sun to be there every single day, right? That is the Most High's promise to all of us, no matter who you are, shining ever brighter to the full light of day. You're going to get everything. And you're also that light to others. It has so many meanings, and I can tell you what it means for me, but you will have to figure out what it means for you. And you will have to figure out what it is that you resonate with and what you figure out you want to do and what legacy that you would leave behind. I'm going to go ahead and close episode 2 of Teaching Tuesday. I hope I helped heal at least one person in the world today. I hope you learned something today. Please like, share, subscribe. You never know who you can help. And please leave a comment down below. I would really love some ideas on what you would like to learn for Teaching Tuesday. Thanks for watching. Be well. Bye.